It's chat time with Chunk and Cucumber and your host, Dino.
Hello, everybody. Nice to see you. We were just having a conversation, and look who showed up.
Yeah.
Hello.
Welcome to Chat Time, everybody. I'm your host, Dino, as always, and with me we have Chunk, Cucumber, and Brian.
I'm the cucumber one. I'm all choppy and weird.
Are you?
And they're all chunky.
Pop. Oh, no.
And we have a special guest with us. If you can't see which way, this way. Over here, CaveGeekArt.
Yay!
Yay!
Welcome, Mr. CaveGeekArt.
Thank you, Brian.
CaveGeekArt, he's one of our Perception fans. He comes on and watches with us every once in a while. We get to raid him every once in a while. Friends of the station. So we are going to have some fun. But okay, so I asked you earlier, what is your name? What is your real name?
My name is It is not. Most people on Twitch, and some of them in real life, call me Cave now because my real name is really difficult to pronounce for most Americans. So, here we go. My real name is Kfir. It's Kfir. Kfir. Now,
Kfir.
In order to pronounce that,
okay.
Say the word fuck.
Fuck.
Cucumber.
Fuck.
Okay.
Fuck.
And there you go. Now say the word fear.
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 There you go. Now say them together. Fuck fear.
Fuck fear.
Fuck fear.
All right. Cucumber, you look skeptical. And then
that's just my face.
Nothing new.
and then you drop the fuck.
Fear.
But it's a delicious soup. Why would I drop it?
I wouldn't drop the fuck. I've done it before. It's really hot.
But don't say it. So say the fuck in your head.
Okay.
Keep it for yourself.
Kefir.
Delicious. There you go. That was great.
Kefir.
Fear.
Fuck fear.
No, you drop the fuck. You drop the fuck.
I don't think Brian can say anything in his head is the problem.
That's a good point.
that is accurate. I like to just say fuck fear.
Hey, chat, do we look choppy or is it just the preview that's choppy?
Just the preview to me, at least.
Okay, that's good.
Like it's just the preview.
Oh, thank God.
That's good. It's challenging.
My head hurts.
Yeah. It's making this morning even earlier.
That's fine.
Also, we're just F for my ear. Which, never mind. If we're too loud, let us know.
Welcome, DJ Jaina.
Hi, welcome.
Hey,
New
DJ.
New Year, hello.
Speedy, what's up?
Welcome,
chat.
everybody. Good to see y'all. Ow. Ooh, my legs. Sorry. Anyways, welcome to Chat Time. So, Kfir.
Yes.
What do you do? What do you do with yourself? Actually, before we do that, sorry. I forgot to start with what we do every day.
Yeah, answer no questions.
Sorry.
Yeah. There's a question. Don't answer it.
Stop thinking about it.
I need more coffee.
Stop trying to answer it.
Oh man.
Speed Devil wants to know who the forehead is. That's Ryan. We keep him out of sight for your safety.
The golden mohawk.
Who's the forehead? Does forehead talk?
Also, you cropped yourself real short there.
I'm at the top of my frame, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go.
By the way, I left a long time ago.
Oh, no!
I'm not coming back.
Gotcha.
You want to give me a pizza?
It's been like over a minute.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. Chunk is so tired that even his image is late.
Huh.
But let's start like we always do with, but how do you feel?
All right.
Yeah. So today on But How Do You Feel, I would like us to describe how we're feeling using outdoor Christmas decorations, lights or otherwise.
Okay.
Oh.
I got it. I'll go. I want to be those really long, swirly, like twisted plastic icicles for several reasons. One, they're pretty. Two, they're sharp. And three, the way they swirl, it'll let the blood just kind of like trail out, so you can continue to push and twist. In the event of, I realize I'm talking about the task and why it represents me. I'm little, I'm sharp, and I'm very violent.
Yeah, I guess that works.
I like that.
Yeah, very violent. I was gonna say that I feel like the icicle lights too, but like the ones that just like drip. It's just like a line of lights.
Mm-hmm.
You know about where it looks like the icicles from the roof.
Yeah.
But I like the ones that where they cascade. The lights like cascade down.
Oh.
But they're not the twisty ones, just the lights.
Right.
The lights
Yeah,
that,
like the little LED trail ones.
Yeah. I
gotcha.
like that because I like my coffee. I'm still percolating. I'm not quite brewed yet this morning.
Yeah.
So
All right.
I am.
that's what I'm feeling.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I am like that house with all the decorations, like some guy who lived, or not lived, but a guy who works for Industrial Light and Magic, or is a Imagineer and just has like every single prop that Disney didn't need on set. And just made it into a decoration on his property. That is my.
That's not okay. Listen, the question was pick one, and you literally picked all of them. Boo hiss! Boo hiss!
You also picked a house that theoretically none of us have ever seen before.
I've seen it. I know what he's talking about. But still, that's wrong. Which of the things in this guy's house would you be? Not all of them. Yeah, everything on the production line. That's me.
Yeah. While you decide that, I'm going to give my legitimate answer.
Thank you.
Mine would be one of those cheap projection systems that you shine on like your garage door.
Yes.
Because I'm definitely projecting how awake I am right now. Yeah. And also
I would
projecting at a delay, apparently, because this is just.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It's
Challenging.
usually so easy. This
It's
one's
usually
weird
great.
today. Yeah.
But
It's
right
'cause
now
I'm
it's
here.
not. Oh!
Could be.
You're
Answer the
right.
question.
It might be the new guy.
So
The
I would be.
CaveGeekArt.
I would be those combination. Don't hate me, cucumber.
All right.
Of the inflatable Santa with the wire cage deer, reindeer. You know those with the lights on them, and all the inflatable snowmen. But it's more the Calvin and Hobbes version that are all like slaughtered on the ground and body parts everywhere, and it looks like a highway pileup mixed with a train wreck. And I assume it's because of it's a result of Cucumber's violence. But
I'm
that's
happy to
pretty
spread
much
the
how
chair. Yeah, that's perfect. No, it's
Pretty
beautiful.
much how
It's
I
beautiful.
feel like. Yeah. A
No,
train wreck
nothing
of
makes you.
Christmas.
Yeah, nothing makes you appreciate life like a morbid, grisly scene of death.
Yeah. Speaking of which,
Truth.
Weird Judge says, I'm like the Christmas tree. It's morning. It just stands there, no lights on, no bows or slings or balls or anything. But if you just chop off my legs and drag me inside on my hairs, I'll be beautiful by New Year's when you get to burn my dead corpse.
Wow.
It's great.
We're all fucking dark today, aren't we?
Yep.
Poetry.
Good morning
Merry
to you
Christmas.
all.
Can we get
man.
can we get a poetry reading of that, like a emotional
Sure.
sort of?
I am like the Christmas tree. It's morning. It just stands there. No lights on, no bows or slings or balls or anything. But if you just chop off my legs and drag me inside on my hairs, I'll be beautiful by New Year's when you get to burn my dead corpse.
Squeed up.
Thank you.
Hell yeah, Shatner.
Yeah.
Oh my god, when is Shatner a guest on this show?
Would
God,
I feel like
only.
he wouldn't punch me for just existing? Probably.
Oh, we got another poem, I think.
Oh,
boy.
yeah. Cucumber, you want to take
All
it?
right. I would say I'm like my Santa Jack-o'-lanterns because I'm a little spooky, but try to have jolly spirit. They're also a little tired and beaten up looking because they keep getting taken and thrown around my apartment complex because emotionally, I'm a mess.
Thank you for that, Aaron.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Oh,
with the
man.
finger?
I feel like we're all emotionally a mess.
And how?
Yes.
And how? What, Chunk?
What the hell's going on? I did step away for 5 seconds and
Oh,
And now we're doing poem.
It was something about. It was something about slings and balls.
Slings and
So it
balls.
started.
Oh ho
You're
ho.
missing out.
slings and balls.
Slings and balls
Well, yeah, so-
forever.
Anyways, check out Cucumber's new single, Slings and Balls Forever. So, Kafir, back to the question that I first asked you before I interrupted you mid-response. What do you do?
Who is your daddy and what do we do?
I'll
not
answer
Zuma.
Dino first. I burn skin and rub my bone on it.
Oh, wow.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Elaborate. Okay. So that do you want me to?
Yeah.
I make mostly fantasy maps, and I do it by using mostly ancient and slash traditional techniques and materials. So I use the material I always use is called brain tan buckskin. It is an ancient form of leather. It's probably the oldest known to man. We don't know how old it is, but it's potentially tens of thousands of years old. And the oldest artifact that I know of is a 10,000-year-old moccasin.
Wow.
And it was used for clothing, right, throughout history, and all kinds of other things, because it's super soft and supple and amazing and durable and all of that. And I used to make it for a living. I used to teach people how to make it. That was my I used to be a professional sort of almost caveman by going around teaching primitive survival skills and stuff like that. But I focused on tanning hides that way. And I one day decided that I wanted to make myself a map of Middle Earth, and I went, well, I got a hide, I've got some pigments. I kind of thought, what would a primitive map of Middle Earth look like? So I made one, and I painted it with sticks and natural pigments and deer eyeball juice, and I did it on hide. And the only thing I did was I burned it on the hide because I didn't know how to transfer the map onto the hide. I wasn't good at drawing or anything, so I wanted to transfer it on. So I printed it out and like, how do I do this? So I ended up burning dots through it, and then I thought I'll just connect the dots with the wood burner, right? And when I burned the skin, because it's skin, I didn't expect this to happen, but I should have. It started shrinking and shriveling, and it created a three-dimensional surface. So since then, I've kind of learned to exploit that, and I'm basically make these I sculpt a three-dimensional surface, and then I paint it with natural pigments and primitive tools with a bone. This is my bone. There are many like it, but this one is mine. And I just showed my bone on
Smaller than I expected.
Yeah, TOS. Jeez.
It's not the size that matters, and you wrap it up. Also, it's you can. I wrapped it too tight, but it's two pieces. It comes apart. My bone comes apart.
It's detachable.
Does
What bone
yours?
is it?
Detachable. This is a deer bone.
Yes.
Thank you,
Oh.
Brian, for asking the real question.
Tangled Laces mentioned your jar of eyeballs in the chat.
I don't have a jar of eyeball, but I have a Ziploc bag in the freezer with eyeballs.
That's so much worse. Thank you.
So explain that.
It's
Remy,
got
why
a
the
Ziploc
eyeball
bag.
And earlier you said
One
it
at a
was.
time.
Oh, sorry. Uh-oh. Earlier you mentioned did you call it was brain tan buckskin? So you do like the ancient like tanning method with like the goopy brain slather or?
Yep. I mean, I don't do it anymore, but
got it.
I buy the hides these days because I don't have time or the back to do it. I've gotten older, but yeah, I buy it from a friend of mine who still does it.
Nice.
Brains and all.
Speed Devil says, "Hey, I see Cave's bone every day, and we are very satisfied."
I aim to satisfy.
Rare.
All right, so do you know why the brain and why that affects the leather? And then my second question is why the eyeballs?
So the brains are just for oils, really. It gets. I mean, if you really want to get into it, it can get complicated in ways that I don't understand. But brains have a lot of fat in them, a lot of oils in them, and so what you end up doing is, microscopically speaking, soaking the skin in a solution of water and brains, and oils then lubricate the fibers of the skin, and that's what helps it become soft when you get to that point in the process. So yeah, pretty much that's what the brains do. You could use any other sort of fat oils.
It just works.
Eggs. You can use it. Well, it works. Yeah, in my experience, yeah, I used to get the most, I guess, consistent results with brains. And if you think about it traditionally, if you had an animal's skin, you also had its brains. And you could do it with a few eggs, but eggs are only available a certain time of year, and they are more appetizing, I think, to most people. So use the brains for the hide. And on the list of things that I would want to eat if I just hunted a deer, there's already a whole lot of steak there. Going through the trouble of eating the brain just doesn't seem like the right thing to do for me. I mean, it is edible. I hear brain tacos are a thing.
Right.
They are a thing.
South of the border. So, but yeah, no.
Brain tacos. That's what it does.
Yeah.
Now the eyeballs, the juice inside the eye kind of works like it's a pigment base. It's clear. It actually has a little bit of black in it, but it's mostly clear, and you just mix the whatever powdered pigment within that, and then you paint on, and when it dries, it sticks, and that's it. So it works kind of like.
Because that was going to be one of my questions. How you do coloring?
Yeah, it works kind of like egg. What's it called? Tempura, something like that. Not tempura, because that's fried shrimp. But
yeah, tempura.
I'm hungry. Yeah, but it works kind of like egg whites, painting with egg whites, sort of thing. So that's pretty much the same consistency, maybe a little more watery than that. But
Thanks.
I don't always use that. I don't always use that because getting deer eyeballs is not easy. So
really?
Yeah. You gotta chase them
They tend
down.
to fight back. Yeah,
Right. and
They don't give them freely.
right, exactly. And they don't give them freely, and then there's a bunch of one-eyed deer around because ethically speaking, I don't want to take both their eyes. Right. So.
So leave them with one to fight for themselves.
One good eye.
It's why
My
they
God.
have trouble. They have trouble crossing roads then, if they're coming from the wrong side. So
What you're saying is, instead of killing them outright, you just put a time limit on how long they have to live
Just
until they cross
maim
the
them
wrong
a
road.
right, exactly. So and then chasing them down. And since I moved to the Atlanta area, the highways here are deadly. So chasing them down has become much more of a dangerous thing for me too. So I don't use eyeballs. I keep it for special occasions. So I have 2 left in my freezer, and usually I just use water and a couple of drops of glue to mix the pigments with.
There's a couple
That's really
questions
cool.
about brains specifically in the chat. So Aaron Lou, who asked what type of brains, I'm going to assume usually the same brain that's of the animal that you're working with. But the weird judge also asked, is deer brain better than rabbit brain? Is the brain exactly the right size for all the leather, or do you have like leftover of one or the other? Generally speaking.
Any brain will work, pretty much for any hide. I've tried pork brains and deer brains mostly, goat brains, but any brain will work. And I would say normally when you use a deer, like let's say if I've used the pig brains and deer brains are about the same size, you usually have more than enough to do one hide plus. Like you might get even two out of the thing, especially if you mix it with one. There is a lot of people who think you just take the brains and you rub it in the hide. No, that doesn't really work very well because it's very.
That's what I was imagining.
Thick. Yeah, no, it's you take the brains and you put them in a blender, right? Your caveman blender with some water, and you make a nice brain smoothie, and then now you've extended it, so you've got like a half-gallon sort of thing. You're making an emulsified solution of fats in water, and then you soak the hide in there and you wring it out, and then, yeah. By the way, felted person's eyes are safe. You do not.
Thank goodness.
As far as I know, you don't have any goop in your eye. So.
Yeah. All my adventurous humor is in my brain. Well, yeah. His will work. His will work.
Mine.
Yes.
Anyways, we're gonna cut today's show off short.
Where's Chunk? That's what I'm wondering.
Chunk is lost in time somewhere. I think he's still around. But if he shows up, he's like,
really.
It's mashed him into a paste or something. In true theming with the show.
If you open up the wrong hexagonal piece, you just go into this wormhole and it's a mess.
Yeah. Okay, I got a question. What was like? Well, you mentioned the Middle Earth being like your first map, but like, what's of all the things you've made? Like, what's the one you're the most proud of? Like, what was the one you're like, yeah, hell yeah, this is the one.
The Witcher map, Witcher 3.
Dope.
Yeah, it took 300 hours of work.
Whoa.
And it has the world's tiniest mustache. Yeah.
Is that confirmed?
Well, I've not approached the Guinness Book of Records for this, but I'm pretty sure. I wish I could, do something to show you. But I mean, I sort of maybe could, but it's. So the map, yeah, it's huge, and it's got it actually gave me like permanent nerve damage because there were so many fucking trees on it. 2,713.
Holy crap!
Somebody challenged me to count it. Yeah. It's got a ton of detail. I'm not the one who designed the map, but it was somebody. I made it. Actually, you guys have seen it. Cucumber, you saw it at TwitchCon. It was unfinished. It was on the table because somebody. I had not played a second with the Witcher games. Didn't even know what Witcher was. Somebody came into my Twitch channel and said, "Hey, have you made the Witcher map?" I'm like, "What's Witcher?" So they send me. They post a link to an image of the collector's edition map, which was super detailed, like with monsters and everything on it, and all the characters from the game. And I fell in love with it. And one night, I had finished a project that I was working on. Finished it a little too quickly for that night on stream, and I had also finished a little too much scotch. And I decided. Like, what am I going to do next? Oh, well, let's start this Witcher thing. That was cool. I have a big hide here. And 9 months and 300 hours later, but I was actually working. The reason, this is like a full circle thing. The reason I got the nerve damage is because I was overworking. I was working like 12 hours a day trying to finish this thing for TwitchCon, where we met. And I didn't even come close to half way there, but I got it done to a point where it was like somewhat presentable, I guess, and I had it on the table there, and that's when I met you, and it was love at first felt.
Aww.
You
Love
felt
at
him
first felt?
You greet your way, I'll greet my way.
Got it. So I have a question.
Well, now I feel left out.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at your Instagram right now, CaveGeekArt, and
Yes.
so I see a lot of really intricate depictions of monsters, creatures, even like the shield from Zelda. What else do I see? Oh, like you did a compass that has like 2 woolly mammoths in it. My question is, how do you get that insane amount of accurate detail? Is there like some kind of trick that you have that you're comfortable telling, or are you just like that talented as an artist?
There's no trick. It's just practice. The mammoth thing, that one is actually digital, but it's made out of photos of real stuff that I made by hand and leather. So I made the mammoths a little bigger, right, than I could on a normal map. And then I edited, put them all together. So that's because I started making digital maps this year, because 2020. And I just was making, like, here, I can show you. I was making like little mountains, individual mountains and trees and everything, right? And then I would put take a photo with my phone and with the right light so they look 3D because there's shadows, and then I would put them on in Photoshop and edit them. But it's just practice, like anything else. You just and it's what the trick, and I'm comfortable saying that. The trick with my stuff is that I don't have to do anything. It's the texture
itself, huh?
Yeah, the texture of the skin and the texture of the natural pigments, because they're not like perfectly smooth like oil paints or whatever. It creates detail that I don't have to put in there myself. Right? And then when I put a light, because it's 3D, when I put a low angle light on it and there's shadows, I don't have to shade anything myself either. Really, I don't have to be very good at shading it. It does its own thing. So physics is wonderful. It does it on its own.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
It's not. Yeah,
that's awesome.
I'm not as good as people think.
Disagree. But I'm gonna ask. So we mentioned we were gonna ask about us. Now we gotta ask about what's with all the bows, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna move all of those, and you guys told me not to. There are five bows there. I used to make bows, and I was really into archery. Still am. I used to make bows and arrows and things like that. And I don't. It's come up on stream, I think. I don't remember when. It's come up on my stream, how to string a bow or something like that. And I did a show and tell, and I've stayed there for months.
So do you do like the crazy like actual like bowstring like with the tendon and stuff where you like grind it up and tie them and do the thing?
I never have. No, okay. I've never made a bowstring out of sinew, but I have made some strings, like shorter ones. It's a lot of work. Making bowstrings is a lot of work.
I believe it.
What's those bowstrings are modern materials.
What are your like top 3 of your kind of like, oh gosh, what's the word? Primeval skills, your survival skills? Like, what are like the favorite ones that you like to like show off, or like the ones that are really enjoyable or special to you?
The show off, I don't know, but they're really enjoyable. High tanning, as much as I've not done it in a long time. I never expected to love it, but I do. Mm-hmm. It's magic. Every step of the process, it's magic. You take this wet, hairy thing that's got blood and fat and meat on it, and you turn it into something gorgeous. And fire making, friction fires.
Cool.
Because taking a hard, long wooden thing and creating friction with it, and heat until a fire, just smoke comes out, and making fire.
Until it erupts.
Until it erupts, yes. In smoke. It's magic. It's better than sex.
I'm out.
And then.
Oh wait, this wasn't sex.
And then what's the? Oh God. I mean, archery is cool, but I think this is gonna sound really bad. I think primitive camouflage and stalking, like going all like full Arnold Schwarzenegger and Predator with mud and leaves and stuff, and sneaking up on things is pretty awesome.
That's cool.
I've seen
That's
people
awesome.
go invisible. I'm not that good at it, but I've seen people who are just invisible. Like it's amazing.
I found something along the same line of those skills. One of like my favorite things to just sit and watch and listen to is flint napping. It's so freaking soothing. It's so nice.
Flint napping is amazing.
What is
It's
that?
a lot of fun, and you always give blood to the blood god. Flint napping is making stone tools out of nappable rock, usually obsidian, flints, stuff like that. And you make arrowheads and knives and things like sharp edges, basically. We would not be where we are. We would not have this video chat if it wasn't for flint napping. Yeah. So
that's where it all started.
thanks
Thanks for the follow, Marvin's Girl, by the way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, flint napping is really fun. I'm just not very good at it. It takes a lot of practice. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. Is there?
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna ask if we covered cucumber in mud and stuff, does it come off in the wash? Like how does that work?
I just take a very long steam bath and just get it all massaged out. You know, I'm more of a dabber than a scrubber. You know, you just gotta dab, circle. The usual. I got a utility belt full of Tide to Go sticks and ready.
Spot cleaning.
So what was your
Oh, you have to be dry clean.
blow dried?
Blow dried. Kafir, what is the skill that took you the longest to learn?
Oh god, all of them. Although, I mean, it's the longest to learn. I think
was the most
flint
difficult
napping,
to learn?
I think flint napping was one that I had a lot of trouble putting the pieces together. Because you're trying to break them apart. No, it just I knew like, okay, I in theory I knew you start with a rock and you end up with an arrowhead, but I didn't know how to do that. I knew the basics of like, this is how you hit a rock to get a sharp edge, but I couldn't figure out how to get from point A to point Z, not B. B I could do, but I didn't know how to get there. And then years after I first introduced to it, and I've tried it. Look, the bottom line is I just didn't really practice enough and didn't bother learning well. But I was my roommate at the time, a wonderful man. Can I give a shout out to?
Sure,
to them?
of course.
Sure.
Eddie Starnader of practicalprimitive.com. If you go to practicalprimitive.com. So we were roommates, and he's a great flint napper, and he had this epiphany on how to teach flint napping that really, I think he could teach a chimp how to do it, and then we'd all be doomed. But and it was during one of his classes when he was teaching at the house, and I was sitting in the background, and I looked at the board and I looked at the steps that he had for flint napping, and the light bulb went off in my head, and I sat down with a piece of rock, and that night had my first arrowhead after years of trying, not really trying enough, but after years of knowing and just being and frustration and being just happy with like, okay, I can make a sharp edge, that's all I need, right? And then all of a sudden overnight I evolved like 1 million years of technological evolution just by looking at a whiteboard and going, oh my god, that's genius. I just finally, so I guess that was the longest process as far as like from when I was introduced to actually learning to be at least proficient in it. And I'm
That's
not
awesome.
anymore.
And
I'm way out of practice.
Excuse me. What prompted you to learn all this? Like, what was the thing that happened in your life, or that you were like, I want to learn how to be a caveman?
Oh, a friend of mine. I was doing martial arts at the time, and a friend of mine, for some reason, came over. This is some of you kids will not understand this. He came up to me with a VHS tape. And those things existed, right? Yeah. Right.
I mean,
You can also carve those out of stone if you hit them hard enough. You can get your very own VHS.
Right, and you can make bowstrings out of the actual tape. as Tom Hanks showed us. But you, so a friend of mine came up to one of the training sessions, and he hands me a VHS and he goes, "Watch this, you'll like it. I taped it for you." And it was I don't know what it was. It was a show, one of those just cool 15-minute like shows that have like segments about things, right? And it was a 15-minute segment about this school that taught primitive skills, but it was mostly that 15-minute segment was mostly about tracking, and I was just that's it. I was just like, oh my god, tracking, what is that, right? And it fascinated me, so I started reading some books and all that, and eventually I took a class, and I thought I was going to learn about tracking, but I learned about everything, just basic primitive survival, fire making, shelter building, flint knapping, all of that stuff, and tracking. And that's it. My life changed upside down. I was just like, this is what I want to do. This is what I love doing with my time. So I started doing that, and one day started tanning hides, and then started selling hides and teaching how to do it, and just one thing leads to another, and 10 years later, you're a caveman on Twitch. Well, it's more than 10 years after that, but yeah. And then I'm here. It all brought me to this moment.
Hooray!
Yeah. Yay! Yeah, it's not often that you see somebody devolve.
Yeah. The jury is still out.
Worth it. So have you seen reality? Have you seen today? That's the only way to
I
live.
will have to say, I have not really seen Sharp Steph, since she did the show with you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. She's been busy.
Suspicious.
Yeah, she has.
So,
her dice sold out like in 2 seconds.
I'm pretty sure it's Cucumber posting as her, because
we can neither confirm nor deny.
You have her in a well in your basement.
It's not a well.
Who told you about the well?
It's more of a hole. Anyways,
there's no water at the bottom.
Now I'm thinking devolve. I'm thinking of the Mario Brothers movie.
No.
Yes.
Purge it from your mind.
Never. I fucking love that movie.
Oh. Best thing about that movie is the Walk the Dinosaur song. Everything else can go kick rocks.
I have to watch it.
Have you seen it?
No, I've never seen it.
Oh wow!
It's what's his name? What?
It's a treasure, really.
It is a treasure. Oh my god, I can't remember his name now.
Bob Hoskins.
They played Mario. Bob Hoskins. Thank you. Bob Hoskins and
John
Leguizamo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of mistakes. Like
it's so good. I love it so much. The Goombas. Oh, Goombas.
It's a great terrible movie. Like you definitely have to see it once. But then yeah. Woof.
My
Classic
favorite Mario
90s.
things are those realistic Mario sketches, the animations on YouTube. Have you seen those?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
I have the snap.
Yeah, go look up the Super Mario. I think it's just called Mario Bros. Is it Super Mario Bros?
I think it's Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, Super Mario Brothers.
Fuck me
They're
if
like
I'm wrong,
actual plumbers in New York, and they have to go to this other dimension where the dinosaurs didn't die. It's weird.
It's a big hot mess. It's a big hot mess. Well, let's not dwell.
Oh, okay.
Let's not dwell.
What?
Okay, so
yeah, I think Chunk's dead. I'm pretty sure he just died.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's in the well.
Can you throw him
with
in
Steph.
Yeah,
to hide.
I sent him to go feed Steph in the pit.
Sorry, Steph, if you're watching.
I could make you. We could commemorate him by making the map of what's your world called? I don't know how you say that word.
Saul.
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 Mm-hmm.
Saul. Yeah, we could make you a map of Saul on Chunk's hide.
It's a lot of shaving to do.
Hope we can work in blue.
It's a lot of.
Is it blue underneath the fur?
I
That's what I was going to say. What
know.
color is it underneath? Hey, Chunk.
No, he's gone.
Somebody grab a razor.
Oh, that's the next time on Chat Time. No, but
Hey, look, I did a
Kafir,
stream where they glittered my beard pink. I think you could do a stream where if you reach a certain goal, you shave Chunk.
I mean, I'm down, and he's not here to defend himself, so hell yeah.
all in favor?
Good to me.
All in favor? All right.
All right.
Oh,
The eyes
What's
have
happening?
motion is fast.
Oh, nothing. Don't worry about it, Chunk. Go back to sleep.
it. You'll see you next time.
Do your time travel bit. You'll find out.
Kafir, sorry, get back on. So when you said you moved to Atlanta, and earlier said you were from Israel.
Yes, originally.
How old are you when you came over to the other side of the pond?
20 permanently 23. I was 23.
Oh, wow.
So almost
When you were 23? Nice.
18 years ago.
That's okay. Very cool. Did you move because of what you do, or just because you wanted to be over here?
I just wanted to move. Yeah. So what I did was some of it. I guess it was just there were more opportunities, which does not say much really. It says something about the opportunities over there for that, but doesn't say a whole lot about the opportunities over here for that. Nobody ever got rich off of being a caveman. So, but yeah, it was part of
fair.
it. It was part of it. I moved just because life. That's why I wanted to move. So
Yeah.
I moved to Atlanta only 2 years ago. So
Oh, okay.
I used to live in New Jersey, in Indiana.
Oh.
Yeah. Place.
All over. Normally, especially when it's not pandemic times, is besides the map making, do you do anything else currently, like to with your skills, or are you focusing more on the map making right now?
Yeah, just the map making. So when it's not pandemic time, I would go to conventions with my art and exhibit and hopefully sell. So which is where we met at a convention at TwitchCon, and that was 2017, I think.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Wow.
We're all much older and wiser now, aren't we, Cucumber?
Definitely older.
Yep.
So yeah, I go to conventions and all that. I do usually at least 1 or 2 conventions a month, so that takes up a lot of time. And stream. That's it. Yeah. So 2020,
That's awesome.
yeah, not even no conventions, so just a lot of streaming.
Have you been able to do any like online? Because I know they've had like online panels and stuff for conventions and things. Do you have any of that coming up? Yeah.
Not coming up. There's a convention coming up, but it's no panels or anything. But I've done a couple of panel things, like map making stuff this year, mostly for gaming conventions, like GaryCon.
Okay.
And, what else? There was another. If you guys don't know about GaryCon, you should. GaryCon is amazing. It's a lot of fun.
Was it like Gary Busey Comic Con?
Or like
Or Gary Oldman Comic
I'm
Con?
gonna go get my Ginger Dead Man cosplay.
CobaltCon. Yeah, CobaltCon is another one. GaryCon is in Gary Gygax Con. D&D. It's every year, February, March in Wisconsin. Of course, not this year and not next year. There will be canceled next year, but it's a lot of fun. It's a small convention in the Grand Geneva Resort Hotel, which used to be a Playboy hotel. So there's it's weird.
Okay.
But it's a lot of fun. It's just like 4 or 5 days of just playing role-playing games.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and board games and things. It's just a lot. And all the old guard from TSR are there. You know, you got Larry Elmore and Jeff Easley and all of these guys, and they're all there just as a big reunion. So you just get to hang out and drink, you know, get drunk with Larry Elmore.
That's awesome.
What more could you want?
I'm super down.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
totally
that's really
should.
awesome.
I think
So
there's
yeah,
a
so
missed
they did some.
opportunity.
They did online. So I did some map making seminars and panels.
Nice.
Tigeron has a good
That's
question.
really cool.
What are some of your favorite maps that you've made that you can show us right now? Not to put you on the spot.
Sure. Why not? I don't know if it'll go. You know. So this is Westeros.
Whoa!
Oh wow!
Wow.
So
It's
this
cool
one
to
I
see him
made,
like this.
So and that's the problem. I can't like show you really close because the camera probably won't pick it up very well. But
Pretty good.
It's adjusting
It's hard to see
decently. There it goes.
The
Yeah.
the three-dimensionality of it. Which way am I moving the right way? I don't know. No, I moved the wrong way. Okay. So that's Westeros. I'm actually reworking that one. It's pretty old. And I've learned some things since. So in the last few nights on my stream, I've been reworking on that one. Repainting, doing some stuff to make it look better. You know, this is you might recognize this one. I'm trying to peek to see that I can actually.
Leather.
Sword Coast.
This is the Sword Coast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't believe I had that one done. No, I did not have that one done in 2017 at TwitchCon. So this is the Sword Coast. This was a pain in the ass to make because you know what are the continuity control
Oh,
Wizards of the Coast. So leaves something to be. Yeah, there were whole towns that moved. When you look at maps between like 2nd edition, 3rd edition, 4th edition maps, there were towns that literally just moved what would be hundreds of miles. And like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And then the 5th edition map, there's a big map on Wizards of the Coast website. There's a huge high-res map of Faerun. But there are things just really weird with it. There's a major road, this huge road. I think it's called the King's Road or something like that. And it just stops. It just disappears at a certain point and then continues at another point. I don't know. It looks weird. This is one of my favorite maps. You might recognize this shape. This is of the sacred. It's a map to the hidden temple of Clitoria.
oh
Go
god!
on.
Oh my gosh! Oh my god!
We have Merkin's Woods. Now Merkin's Woods is a magical place. It's a magical forest. Sometimes it's just a stubbly like barren ground, and sometimes and then this was all done. This was all created with my Twitch chat's help. And then as the pilgrim goes on their journey, they might meet Madame Gina in her red wagon. And depending on her mood, if she's angry and crabby and cranky, you know that you shouldn't piss her off. If she's nice and loving and kind and inviting, it tells you how your journey is going to go. You go through the Moaning Meadows, and then you might stay at the On My Way Inn. The rest of it, and then chat came up with all these names. What is that? The Backdoor Barons? No, those are the Backdoor.
Oh my god!
Sorry,
Ryan, where was this map for Wednesdays?
Those are the Driftwood Dunes. The Driftwood Dunes, and once you
Why don't
make
we
it
go
past
through
the
this campaign?
Right. Then there's the River Taint, which you have to.
Oh god!
You can go under the Beaver Dam. There's a waterfall under the Beaver Dam, and if you right there. But if you try, to cross the lake, you might get swept down to places that downstream where you don't want to go. Then there's the Driftwood. The Backdoor Barons right there, and then you might stop at the monument to Sir Vix, who is a knight that lost his life. It's a giant hand. It's a hand holding a giant sword. So, you might leave an offering there. People leave candles, flowers, other phallic. I know. And then you go up. You might get past the the Panting Prairie, and to Camp Nowhere. And Camp Nowhere is like your last is your last stop before you climb the 1,000 steps to the temple of Clitoria, where the lovely priestesses and priestesses really are waiting for your arrival. It's a journey, not a destination, as they say. But yeah, that is definitely one of my favorites, because this was entirely the idea of my Twitch chat.
We know how that goes.
Yeah.
That's pretty accurate.
We were actually thinking of making a map. Well, I started working on a module, a full D&D module for this, and then when we lost our writer, because she was fantastic, Paige Ford, but she got a full-time job working like overtime. So we lost our writer. So we are in search of a female writer with the raunchiest sense of humor there is.
G.
G, yeah.
That chat.
I was either thinking her or Jessica Verdi.
Send them my way. No, seriously. If you can recommend, please send them my way. I mean, this is not anything anyone is gonna get rich off of. But Ali Briggs, she's a phenomenal artist here on Twitch. I don't know if you know Ali Briggs art. She's amazing. So she's the artist for it. And we were just like, okay, and we'll find people who think this is cool, and we'll work on it, and maybe one day we'll do a Kickstarter, and then we'll do an extension for Peen Isle, which is going to be the other kingdom.
Peen Isle.
So maybe there'll be a whole campaign. I have a cookbook.
Is the Isle of Peen change size from day to day?
Right. It can certainly.
It submerges.
Depends on the tide. Water as the water. Yeah.
Wait, you have
volcano.
a cookbook?
Oh God!
Tell us about the cookbook.
Yeah. Oh, well, the cookbook isn't all mine. The cookbook is called. It's not actually a book yet, but it's called Flavor Text Adventures. It's on Patreon. If you go to patreon.com/, Flavor Text Adventures, and it's the life story of the most fabulous, gayest, daring halfling chef in the land, Alton Green, and he's an expert at cooking exotic monsters and such. So every chapter he shares a story of a short, entertaining, usually full of a comedy of errors. Or arrows, adventure of his encounter with a monster of a certain type, and then a real life recipe that you can cook at home for your gaming group or your family, of how to cook that monster with substitutes if you can't find troll meat in your grocery or unicorn burger. There is a unicorn burger. There is a unicorn burger recipe. There's a giant and it fell. It's anyway. It was bad. What happened to the unicorn, not the burger. The burger is wonderful.
Oh.
And so the recipes are real, and you can cook them at home, and they're delicious. And then gaming stuff, so you can take the story and the recipe and put them in your game. And what if your character, all these monsters, right? All these monsters that die in D&D go to waste, and so now you can eat them and have wonderful things happen to you when you eat them. Eating a unicorn can be risky business. We've done Cave Troll was our first one, because that's how that whole idea started, with somebody asking what would Cave Troll taste like, and then again another convention thing that just went downhill. Cave Troll and Fire Mephite and Owlbear, Pixies, horrible little things. Unicorns, dragon, chimera, yeti. There's a lot of fun stuff. There's a big crew. Honestly,
awesome.
it's all written from the point of view of Alton Green, the chef. But there's a full crew of people working on it. I am just the director that masterminds things. Mike makes stuff, or Mike Ficara. He's the chef that designs the recipes. Joby Dorr and Tainted Eagle, both fantastic artists here on Twitch. They are artists that do the story art and the gaming art. And Forge of Ice, Alex Bates. He's the writer. We also have a couple of other, the photographer, Elise, and so yeah, there's like half a dozen at least of us that work on this. So it's been a lot of fun.
That sounds awesome.
Fabulous.
I would love to. I'm gonna have to check that out because that sounds really cool. I do love cooking and I love being a nerd. So
the link for that Patreon is in our chat right now as well for anyone who wants to go check it out.
I'll send you a couple of the recipes. Send me a message with your email, and I'll send you a couple.
Oh
of
yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Who is it? General Davis wanted to know where the Cookie Monster lookalike is. Well, actually, Chunk is actually going to be the next recipe on Flavor Text Adventures.
Alton will find a way to make felt taste good.
Yes.
If anyone can.
Beard on a Batman said, "Is there a recipe for cat?" No. If you try to eat cat, it will probably just claw you out from the inside.
Yeah, no recipes for cat yet, though. Like, yeah.
Hey, you know what? That's true. Aaron made a good point. If we do Dr. Know-It-All while Chunk is gone, it might not be as bad.
Hooray!
So, I think
about
with that being
time.
said,
I heard that.
let's get into Dr. Know-It-All. Yeah. All right. So for those of you that don't know, Dr. Know-It-All is our wonderful multi-headed expert. He knows anything about everything. So start thinking of questions for Dr. Know-It-All to get answers to, advice or otherwise. Dr. Know-It-All's heads look like, well, let's see what order we're going to go in. Let's go Ryan, Kafir, Brian, and Cucumber.
Okay.
And Dr. Know-It-All will answer one head at a time, one word at a time until the answer is complete. And then we'll bow with all heads.
Hooray! The ultimate test of the delay.
You were
Yes.
not in that list, were you?
No, he's going to be
No,
asking the
I'm gonna
questions and fielding them from the chat.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Gotcha.
So this is going to be fun. We already got a couple questions. Wonderful. So the order will be Ryan, Kafir, Brian, Cucumber, back to Ryan. Awesome. Great. So, first of all, Dr. Know-It-All, what animal bone is best?
The
Very vague.
the
Bone
That
Is
best
is
my
own.
because
it's
definitely
Fabulous.
and
hard
to
Break.
therefore
I
must
Utilize.
it
daily.
And then we, and then we bow when the sentence is done. Or when we feel it's over, we can't go on anymore.
Oh, hey, that wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was good.
yeah, not too bad.
Good start.
All right. Okay, we have a lot of questions. I'm going to cut it off there. So no more questions in the chat. We got to get through these. All right. Let's go through quickly. Dr. Know-It-All, why are hippos
Hippos
are
Because
You
have
no
idea
how
to
hippo.
yeah.
This is like the
Great
world's
answer.
the world's worst predictive text.
Wait, I heard a voice from the past. What was that?
I said not all that better without me, huh?
the first one was.
Yeah, well,
it actually is.
Women.
next one.
Next one. Okay. That was from Uber Baldy, by the way. Big Tuna Neil says, "What is the best type of fur to make love on?"
Ooh, rare.
The
Sorry again.
I left you guys a little
Best.
present. It'll be there in a minute and a half.
Type.
so we got
Of
fur
Two.
Make
love
on
Is
mine.
because
it's
orange.
And
easy
to
Wash.
and
grip
tightly
When
you
are
passionately
making
the
sweetest
of
loving
and
aggressively
switching
rare
between
sides.
Oh, Cucumber, I see you aggressively switching sides.
Yeah. The only way to live is experience it all, friends. Let's see.
So, let's see. Where are we at? Oh, we skipped some down here. Okay. Weird Judge wants to know, Dr. Know-It-All, since Dino's shirt says don't forget, what should we never forget?
you
should
Never
Forget
to
remember
the
towel
because
you
must
always
no
how
to
hitchhike
with
two as in the number
towels. I'm so worried you're gonna like hit your head on the desk or something.
I'm pretty far away from it.
oh god
Jesus.
There's something attached to your arm, bud.
You noticed.
Miss Priscilla says aggressive felt play, not surprised. Sorry, I had to bring that in. Okay.
The static means it's working.
I really want to do a reading.
Hmm?
You've heard my readings, right, Cucumber? The Sean Connery readings.
I don't think I
Sean
have.
Connery readings?
They're not safe for work.
Oh. I love it. Let's see. Oh, shoot. Okay. Aaron Luhu wants to know, Dr. Know-It-All, what happened to Chunk?
Chunk
Had
To
Go
into
the
bathroom.
dimension.
where
he
Instantly
Became
a
giant
poop.
That wasn't a bow. Unfortunately,
he
fell
Into
the
largest
toilet
ever.
and
never
came
Up.
all right.
Not really that sad.
Anyways, moving on. Let's see. Okay, man. Okay, Tiger Rod wants to know, Dr. Know-It-All, what would the pleasure musket look like drawn on hide?
The
the what?
let's
Pleasure
explain.
musket.
The pleasure musket was created initially just from a random card game we played with the Chavers, and then it became an item in our D&D campaign. So you shoot somebody, and they suffer orgasmic pleasure, and then eventually there were also moist munitions for the pleasure musket that somehow made it better, I guess. Listen, Wednesday got away from us, let's be honest.
All right. Well, so go for it.
Let's start over.
what was the question again?
What would the pleasure musket
what would
look
the pleasure
like? Yeah, drawn on
on
hide. Damn it.
The
Pleasure
Musket.
Would
look
scrumptious
And
delicious.
drawn
on
hide.
Chunks.
hide
Junk's hide would
Make
Perfect.
canvas
for
an
Accurate.
depiction
of
the
A pleasure.
musket.
Okay, Doc, I'm gonna speed through this. Uberbaldi says, Dr. Know-It-All, what is the best donut?
Ooh.
Delay on that camera.
Oh, was that from the last game?
Yes.
I thought he just fucking quit.
I think there's a delay.
Oh, shit. Okay. Sorry, we'll start again.
Are you there, Kafir?
I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, it's your
Okay, cool.
camera's delayed
You were
for
delayed
us,
a
so
little
it just looked really weird for a second.
Okay.
So
Sorry.
The
Let's start over. What is the best donut?
is the
Best
Donut.
Is
cream
filled
With
lemons,
shaved
on
top.
with
butterscotch
and
Chocolate.
covered
across
the
Sides.
complete
with
sprinkles.
Next.
to
cherries.
There we go.
we did it.
Yay. I think that'll be the last question for Dr. Know-It-All. Everybody give Dr. Know-It-All a round of thank you for showing up, Dr. Know-It-All.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Doctor.
you.
Doctor?
So, Kafir, before we let you go, you mentioned readings.
Reading. Oh God. Yes.
How not safe for work are they? Okay to read on Twitch?
Yes. Yes. I mean,
I
read.
think you need to give us just a sample of your Sean Connery readings.
Okay. Now,
Corey
normally
was very adamant.
Corey was very adamant. All right. Can I? I'm gonna do something here. Then hold on. Give me a second. We're gonna post a link in the chat. If that's okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
So that this is a soundtrack for people to individually, play it. Unless you just wanted to play it on the stream, I guess. But it's nice elevator music. So y'all can play it while I'm, So I don't have scotch. Usually there's scotch involved in this, and I don't have any right now because I finished it all last night. But a little. If you're under 18 or easily offended, please fuck off. And if you're not, grab a drink and your crotch and enjoy. Oh, there we go. It builds up. You gotta get into it.
Okay.
With my floppy meal now much like a werewolf with its throat cut, he thought it was time to start stuffing my rusty bullet hole. Is now the time to tell him I really need to cop a corn-eyed butt snake, I wondered? The seemingly never-ending streams of gentleman's relish emanating from his Wensleydale wand soon had me coated like a plasterer's radio. There was gentleman's relish flowing from his one-eyed monster, and I was wetter than an Italian cruise ship. We were ready for more. The slamming makes me spray my minge monsoon all over his devil's back. When he removed his wrist wand from my ring piece, he was pleasantly surprised to see a hardened fudge nugget staring back at him. He knew I couldn't wait to cut the Stuart out off his huge finish. Inserting a Barbie doll into my car cavity got me spouting vertical moisture faster than beast shit. Pounding of my push. Brian, are you okay? Pounding of my push. He soon found a salty protein grapes joining his Stoughton shore deep in my tradesman's entrance. The sperm socket was trembling like a cherry. After having my wizard sleeve fucked, he then proceeded fuck my rusty bullet hole again. There was magician's wax frothing from his flesh Gordon, and I was wetter than a spastic's chin. We were ready for war. One line. The unrelenting orgasms from it. Crushing my quim made me come so hard I began sweating like a pedo during a prison riot. After having my bearded haddock tasty fuck, he then pushed down my Mavish fritter. I awoke the next morning with my municipal cock wash still training. I thought it was over, but his Wensleydale one had other ideas. The fucking of my shitwinker was so vigorous.
Okay.
Good time. I was hoping we would get to Michael J. Fox licking a car battery, but or Muhammad Ali on a tumble dryer.
Oh my God!
In case people need hours of entertainment, let me post that in chat as well. It's not me. 50shadesgenerator.com. Enjoy, folks.
My God!
The classy replacement for what's it? Delorum Ipsum, whatever.
Oh my God!
Wow. Yeah,
Hey, nice accent, by
I
the way.
think. Yeah.
Thank you. I taught Sean everything. Now I can say.
Does he also know how to can hide?
Yes.
I think we might have broken Corey a little bit. That's okay though. We do that often. Anyways, Kafir, thank you again.
Hold on.
What is going on?
Hey, Danny.
Yeah, what's up?
I think we might have a mic problem on your end. Maybe.
Yeah, cucumber.
Ooh. This is what happens when we go just a little too long, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll switch mics.
Yeah, it's jiggly.
Aggressive.
Shit, I did break it.
I'll mute you.
Broken.
Yeah. Well, while Cucumber is figuring his thing out, Kavir, thank you again for showing up, for being here with us.
Oh my God!
It's been a blast.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. So remind the people where they can find you, promote whatever you want to promote, Twitch, Instagram, all that stuff.
Twitch, CaveGeekArt. CaveGeekArt everywhere. Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. CaveGeekArt.com if you would like to check out my art, my maps, and maybe have some for yourself. All of my maps come on prints as well, so you don't have to have the leather ones. And all the prints are 20% off. Just code 2020, because might as well make 2020 end on a good note. So, and patreon.com/flavortexadventures if you're into cooking monsters and D&D. So I think that's all.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
you're
awesome.
coming back.
Yeah. Yeah. So please show some love for CaveGeekArt. This has been awesome, and thank you again for coming on in between map making and everything, and building friction fires and stuff. Because with that reading, you certainly built a friction fire in our pants.
Cucumber.
Yes, sir.
Call me.
Call me.
Yeah.
That's what chat time's all about. Bringing people together for
Aggressively.
some
Making them come
felted
is what
flake.
you're saying. Yes. Making people come together is what chat is for.
I think Chunk is waiting in the handcuffs, so that'll be a good time. Thanks again for stopping by. We'll see you on your stream too. We're gonna raid, so stick around since we don't have Dune Book Club. But
we do have Dune Book Club.
We do?
Yeah, we didn't. We're not
Oh, I
skipping
thought it
this
was
week
on the
because
schedule.
everybody finished the book. There were only 3 chapters left, so
There's a book club?
Oh, great. Okay.
Dune Book Club. Everybody's reading Dune. Now.
I didn't know this. Can I catch up? I need to.
Yep. 43 chapters. Get going in the next 15 minutes.
And go.
All right. All right. I'm going. I'll do it.
I'm sorry.
Speed read.
I didn't realize we were.
No, it's all good.
We
You're
were
all
doing
good,
Doom
mate.
I would have ended quickly. Cool.
Oh, no.
So we're gonna do
Alright.
Doom Book Club. So stick around. It'll start soon. So just whenever they get to it, close to 10:30 as possible.
Yeah.
Everybody stick around. Show CaveGeekArt some love on Instagram and Twitch.
Thank you very much,
If you're not part of our
everybody.
Discord,
Thank you.
yeah.
All right, y'all.
If
See you
you
in a bit.
if you guys are not on our Discord, join our Discord. If you guys are new with us, somebody put it's on our links, and join us for other shows, including tomorrow we have Trasterpiece Theater and Exaster Debaters. So stick around. Thanks, everybody.
Oh.
See ya.
Bye.